My family and I are the descendants of Alexander the Great, the one who brought the greatest empire ever known to man at the time down to its knees. For many years, my family has kept this a secret, afraid that the Byzantines would see this as a direct threat to their rule and bring about the end of our bloodline. That is not our only secret, though. In the shadows, we have held our faith in the old gods. In Zeus, Ares, Apollo, Athena. If the blood that runs through our veins wouldn't get us killed, then surely our beliefs would. But I care no longer. No longer will I be afraid. I have made it known my beliefs and my bloodline. I preach to the people of my gods as the Christians do of theirs. I have made it known that the lands of Macedonia are rightfully mine, whether these Roman usurpers believe it or not. Some flocked to my cause, while most stood opposed. Word spread of my cause to Governor Georgius of Thessalonica, and at first he sent me threats, but I did not bow. Then he labeled my followers and I as criminals, but we did not bow. We continued our efforts for as long as we could, until the full weight of the coward Georgios' threats finally had come down upon us, when two of my most trusted companions were captured, tortured, and murdered by his hand. It is now I realize that we must leave before we all meet the same fate. It is only a matter of time before he finds our hideout. If I am to ensure the survival of my bloodline and the survival of our faith, then my followers and I must run. We will not run forever. No. I swear that one day we shall return. I shall take back my rightful lands, and vengeance will be mine in this life or the next. Hail, travelers, and welcome to a brand new series of Crusader Kings 3. I'm the Wandering Skald, and I hope you enjoy sitting around the campfire and listening to my tales. In this series, we will be following the descendants of Alexander the Great, following Captain Alexios of the Silver Shields. Now let's take a look at him. I did make him a bit loaded here, but I figured it'd be fun. I mean, that's what this game is about, fun. But this is Captain Alexios, the man who was directly descended from Alexander the Great. He has been preaching his Hellenic word to the people of Thessalonica, and obviously the governor Georgios isn't a big fan of it. So Alexios, much like Alexander the Great, is a very ambitious man. He has goals, and his goals are to take his rightful lands of Thessalonica, of Macedonia. He is also brave, much like Alexander the Great. He's a bit arrogant, knowing the blood that runs through his veins. I would be too. So he is a bit arrogant. He thinks of himself a little higher than most. But he's also gregarious. He's likes talking to people and trying to convince them to join his side, to follow his faith and join his leadership as a descendant of Alexander the Great. And maybe it just runs through his veins. Who knows? But he's a brilliant strategist as well, much like the man himself, the Great One. He is an intelligent man. He's very intelligent. That's something that he's shown since a child. He's been very, very quick to learn things, and he's a very smart fellow, very observant, and has a lot of knowledge, and rightfully so if you're going to be a brilliant strategist. And he's also strong. He definitely keeps in shape. He likes to stay athletic and make sure his body is up to keep if he's going to be fighting and partaking in combat. Being a descendant of Alexander the Great, of course, Alexander is also kind of his hero in a way. So he wants to follow in his footsteps. So he definitely keeps himself in shape. He does follow Hellenism. He has rejected Christianity, the religion that rules Byzantium and the rest of Europe, for the old gods, something that his family has worshipped and practiced in the shadows, because obviously if it came to light, the Christians would persecute him, obviously. But Alexios doesn't care anymore. He lets it be known to the world. He's sick of hiding in the shadows and hiding who he is. He wants people to know exactly who he is, which is probably why he's gotten in trouble with the governor of Thessalonica there. But with all that, he has very high martial, very good prowess, pretty decent diplomacy. He's not really good at stewardship, and organizing. He's pretty bad at intrigue. He's not a very deceitful person. And he's fairly learned. He's a learned man. He has good learning, which, his intelligence definitely helps with that. And he is of the Silver Shields, which is an ode to one of Alexander the Great's elite units back in the day. Now, let's go ahead and look at the governor of Thessalonica. Georgios here, which is our nemesis. He killed 2 of our good friends, and he even killed a 3rd, he was a Christian, but he was warming up to our ways, and Georgios even decided to kill him as well. Let's take a look at Georgios, the coward, our nemesis. He is a wrathful man, which makes sense. He was very angry to hear that some, in his mind, lowborn, was preaching blasphemous words against his Christian God. He doesn't really believe Alexios is the descendant of Alexander the Great and speaks nonsense. And at first he wasn't really going to do much about it besides maybe put an end to the blasphemy. But once Alexios started gaining followers, that's when it became a problem. That's when Georgios felt a bit threatened by Alexios and decided to go after him and his followers, capturing 3 and unfortunately torturing them and killing them. But his followers didn't break, and Georgios hasn't been able to find Alexios' hideout quite yet. But yeah, he's wrathful. He is sadistic. He enjoys torturing people, especially people that threaten his power and his rule and his word. He gets enjoyment out of it. So he's a very bad man. He's also zealous, of course. He's he definitely has conviction towards his Christian ways. He is a very smart person. He's a mastermind philosopher. He is very smart, but that doesn't mean he's not a coward. He has the torture trait, obviously, and obviously he's a governor. Let's go ahead and look at our followers here. Here are the 3 that Georgios killed. Markia, she was our friend. Samuel was also our friend. And, of course, Simon. But we do still have followers with us. Georgios wasn't able to get to all of them. We still do have a little more left. So first we'll go ahead and start with Helen. Helen is a young lass here, who Alexios has taken quite an interest in. Helen has flocked to his cause, but not only flocked to his cause, Alexios has a little bit of a crush on her. They sort of have a flirty relationship, and Alexios is pretty sure that Helen feels the same way, and they definitely have. There's definitely some sort of love interest there, and Alexios does plan on pursuing that, but obviously, first things first, he has to get out of Thessalonica and the Byzantine Empire as a whole. Now, Helen is a stubborn gal. She doesn't really take kindly to being told what to do. It's kind of, she has a hard head, my way or the highway sort of mentality. But to balance that, she's also very compassionate. She's a very kind person, and shows a lot of empathy. And she's also honest. She has no reason to lie. She's not deceitful in any way. She doesn't care if people like her or don't like her. She is who she is, regardless of what you think. And she is also pretty smart as well. She's quick, and she is very pretty. Let's go ahead and look at the other followers here. And then we have Einar here, who was a Varangian for the Byzantine Empire. Once fighting along the Byzantines, but he was taking a break, taking a little vacation, we'll say, in Thessalonica here, where he heard Alexios speaking of the old gods, and it really spoke to Einar. And although we follow different faiths, he's Asatru, Einar gained a connection to Alexios. And he gained a connection through the fact that Einar, following the Asatru religion, he's also somewhat persecuted by the Byzantine Empire. Not as much, obviously, because he's offering the Byzantines his sword and fighting as a Varangian, but he made that connection. That he too would like to follow the old gods without judgment. Obviously, he doesn't care too much what people think about him, but he understands what Alexios is going through, and he understands that you should be able to be yourself, regardless of what gods you follow. Einar is also wrathful. He's quick to anger. He is a warrior through and through, and he sort of lets that anger fuel him in combat. He's also very brave, and he's a little eccentric. Unless you know him well, he seems a little crazy. He seems a little out there, a few screws loose, and people are unsure of him. Nobody really approaches him too much. Because he's a little crazy. He's the type of person to get stabbed and laugh about it. He's a tough soldier. He's obviously Varangian. And with that anger fueling him in battle, he does follow the berserker ways. He is a berserker. And he is, of course, Herculean. He has amazing prowess. He's an amazing warrior. And he's a pretty decent commander as well. But he doesn't really like commanding armies. He wants to be up front fighting. And then, of course, there's Lucas. Now, Lucas has been a follower since the beginning. Alexios has known Lucas for quite a long time. They're sort of childhood friends. And, Lucas has flocked to Alexios quite early in his life. He was good friends with Alexios and his family, and he converted to the Hellenic ways at quite a young age. Now, Lucas is a zealous man. He takes his Hellenic faith quite seriously, follows all the rituals and whatnot. So he's very convicted in his beliefs in Hellenism. He's also just. He has a strong sense of justice and shares the feelings with Alexios about Georgios here, how he's a tyrant and a coward. And he's also honest as well. He has no reason to lie, and that's one of the reasons him and Alexios has gotten along so well. He is smart, he's an astute intellectual, he reads a lot of books and manuscripts, and studies the stars, and studies the gods as much as he can. And he's a very loyal person. Another reason why Alexios trusts him so much. They've known each other for a long time, and he's a very loyal person. He's not the type of person to stab people in the back. And then he's a pretty decent fighter. He's a confident knight. He has a pretty good ability with the sword, and he's not afraid to get his hands dirty and bloody in combat. Obviously, he has really good learning, pretty decent prowess, and pretty decent stewardship as well. And yeah, that is all the followers there. Let's go ahead, take a look at the lifestyle here. We are obviously following the Valor lifestyle, going down the martial tree. We will probably switch it up a bit, go down learning or diplomacy. Also, Crusader Kings 3 came out with a new update, a new DLC. So we do have access to the Wandering lifestyle, which we will definitely go down. I want to check this out. It seems really cool. And some of these, I think, what was it? Inspector Voyager, maybe? One of these seems really good. But I'm really curious to see what this new lifestyle brings. So that's cool. So yeah, this will be my first time playing with the Wandering Nobles DLC. So we get to experience this together. So that's kind of cool. And then let's see here. Obviously, our camp purpose, we are swords for hire for now. Like I said, our goal is just to try to get out of Thessalonica, try to get out of the Byzantine Empire, and obviously we're going to need gold and whatnot, but first we have to escape before we're killed. So this might change at some point, try to become legitimists or something. And let's see here. Yeah, let's go ahead and set our knights and see what we have here. So for a caravan master, I think what we're going to do is we are going to make Helen our caravan master. Alexios wants to be close with her at all times. This little love interest, this crush he's having on her. And obviously, you know, she's pretty good at tracking as well. She's smart, so she knows what she's doing. She knows how to get around. So we're going to go ahead and make her the caravan master. As for our second, we'll go ahead and make Lucas our second. He is loyal. He would be a very good second in command. Alexios has known him the longest. And then for our bodyguard, obviously, Einar. There we go. All right. Cool. So, we need to get the hell out of Thessalonica. Definitely need to get out of Thessalonica here. Divine the Stars. I've never played as Hellenism before. So never actually done this. Our destinies are written in the stars themselves. By studying them, I may gain some insight into what the future holds. Well, we'll do that as we're packing up our tents and our belongings and trying to sneak out of Thessalonica here in the stars. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and get started. We will move our camp. Where should we go? Well, obviously, we want to be in the Byzantine Empire the least amount as possible, so Governor Georgios is angry. Surely the Emperor himself will hear words soon. So I think we will go up here. Get out of here as quickly as possible. Let us go. Before Georgios finds us, we meet the same fate. Scout for talent here. We do have 35 gold. Better purchase some Pathfinder's gear here. Oh. There we go. Yes, no. What am I doing? Oh, Lord. There we go. Let us be off. And we are. Start moving the camp. Let's get out of here. Leave. Oh, yeah, so We're overwhelmed by stress, obviously, from losing our 3 friends that we just found out were tortured and killed by Georgios. The stress hasn't hit us yet until now. It's recent news, so it only happened a day ago or so. So we are overwhelmed by stress, but we will be less stressed out once we get out of the Byzantine Empire. We need to move. We definitely need to move. We have a mental break, of course. Our friends are dead. Lately, it feels like I'm constantly being distracted by lascivious thoughts and erotic fantasies. With all the hardships of my everyday life, it is all too easy to lose myself in daydreams and forget about reality. These desires are clearly interfering with my life, but what should I do about them? Well, obviously, we need to stay athletic. If I'm stressed, I must mold my body into a war machine. Yes, of course. Just keep on going. The martial contest. As we pass through the market in, I don't even want to say that word, Kakostrin, we hear a loud yell coming from a corner behind one of the stalls, where a group of people are watching 2 men fight. As we get closer, one of them is lifted by the other and tossed several feet away, followed by the crowd cheering and money changing hands. "Who's next?" the man yells into the crowd. And as his eyes scan the crowd, they land on our group. His face splits into a malicious grin as he looks at us. No. I would love to, but we need to leave. We are not safe here. Danger, flawed fare. Helen is in charge of our food supplies and sheepishly revealed our provisions are now all but useless, having been poorly stored. Patches of mold cover the bread and produce, and we have quickly used up our remaining dried food. The party grows hungry as dusk begins to fall. It's just a bit of mold. We need to keep moving. Let us be off. Oh, I'm ill. We are going to, try to seduce Helen, though. I think... Well, let's get out of the Empire first. That's more important than anything. Let us be off. Divining the stars. I've spent many nights looking up at the night sky, tracking the movements of the celestial bodies. Over time, I noticed a pattern, and after days of analysis, I am now confident in my prediction. The signs are clear. It is a time for new beginnings and open minds. Yes, of course it is. Yes, indeed. Let us be off. The stars know that this is time for a new beginning. The language barrier. It seems that our caravan has become a little lost in these foreign lands. Helen has been trailing us around Morava for hours, and though she has at last swallowed her pride and asked for directions, she does not appear to be an expert Slavonic speaker. I can certainly try. We do need directions. I successfully interpret the instructions. Wonderful. Heart to heart. Long after most have gone to sleep for the night, I still find myself seated by the campfire. What is wrong? Lucas asks as he sits down next to me, with a concerned expression on his face. At first, I don't know what to say, but as I start talking, it just comes out naturally. All my stress, my worries, my day-to-day issues. I just keep thinking about the time when my friend Samuel was slain. He wasn't slain in a duel event. He was tortured and murdered by Georgios. I can't help but wonder if I should have done things differently. What about you, Lucas? What is on your mind? My friend. We have made it. We have finally made it. It has been months, and we are finally out of the Byzantine Empire. For the first time in a long time, me and my band feel a bit safe. At least a bit safer. I think now that we're out, obviously, Alexios will pursue his love interest in Helen and attempt to win her heart. If we're going to be traveling the world, it's good to have love in your life, at least, since we don't technically have a home right now. We'll have a home in the future. The stars will it, if Zeus allows me. I'm sure he will, though. We do have a couple contracts here. We're not gonna go back into the Byzantine Empire. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous. We do have a protect the innocent contract, though. Perhaps we could do that. 31 gold. I mean, we do need gold. I don't know if that's worth it, though, but better than nothing. We'll do it. I need gold desperately. Might as well. Let us be off. I'm still sick. I need a personal physician. Lucas, you are somewhat trained in medical needs. You're a learned man, after all. Maybe you could treat us for now. I trust you. Protect the innocent. Animals, thugs, and ruffians. The mere thought seems to be enough to disturb Prince Bishop Milovan's demeanor. The common people of the Prince Bishopric are so agitated, I fear they may rise in arms any moment now. Those with young families have been rebuking my officers, asking why we have not protected them. Well then, there's no time to waste, it seems. And auto-invite agents. We got Helen as the lookout, Lucas as the lookout, and of course, my boy Einar is the muscle. Let's get this contract going here. The Turkic migrations. Large movements of entire tribes isn't anything new. Back in the Bronze Age, the migration of the Sea People led to a general collapse of civilization that only Egypt could withstand. In 434 AD, Attila the Hun plowed through the steppe and uprooted many tribes who fled into the Roman Empire, causing unrest. Most recently, the mighty Gokturk Empire caused a general spread of Turkic tribes within Eurasia. The successes of the Deshti Kipchak within the steppe itself, the Ghaznavids along the Indian border regions, and the Great Seljuk within Persia have only emboldened the other migratory tribes. Their eyes are looking towards the rich lands of Asia Minor and Persia, much to the dismay of their sedentary rulers. Oh, that's quite worrying, but it's not our concern for now. Sweet dreams. The banquet tables extend far. My high throne gleams with rubies and sapphires. Guests from the four corners of the world celebrate my 20 years of blessed reign. Wonder if that's a modded event or something. Another cup of sweet ambrosia, glorious emperor. Supreme Archsteward Einar asks, offering a splendid goblet. Dance for me. Yeah, this is, we will, oh man. We'll just, you know. Oh, so, okay, never mind. All right. Another cup of sweet ambrosia, glorious emperor. Supreme Archsteward Einar asks, offering a splendid goblet. I quaff from it eagerly. Dance for me, fool! I bellow at the disgraced and humble Georgios. Such is the fate of those who cross me. I close my eyes for just a moment. Upon opening them again, I find myself in an all too familiar straw bed. I sigh. Just a dream. Well, do not worry. I am going to make my dream a reality one day. Yes, of course we will. Yeah, I didn't know that that event was a dream at first. I thought it was some weird modded event that thought my character was a that thought Alexios was an emperor or something. Ins and outs. As we trudge down the road, a building hoves into view. The battered sign outside reads, "The King's Arms Inn." No luck here tonight. We've barely got room for our current lodgers, let alone anyone new. Inside, the innkeeper shakes his head dismissively. And especially not you ragtag types. Ragtag? Ragtag? Surely we can come to an arrangement. I promise we're not ragtag types. If only you knew who I was related to. There we go. Parting proof successful. Pneumonia? Oh! Oh no, we have pneumonia. Oh, that is not good. Breathing is such an easy, wonderful thing. A little miracle one rarely gives a moment's thought. Now, as I struggle to keep my breath even and the cough attacks are followed by stabbing chest pain, it is constantly at the forefront of my mind. My physician, Lucas, looks me up and down. It is pneumonia, my lord. Not to be taken lightly. How shall we proceed? Well, no more than what is necessary. I'm sure the gods will protect me. A little brighter. Good work, Lucas. Lucas decided that the best course of treatment would be some rest. He surrounded me in soft pillows and gently tucked me in under many layers of blankets. Before he left my tent, Lucas pulled my curtains shut. It was noon. Some extra sleep turned out to be just what I needed. For now, the worst of my symptoms are alleviated, and the world seems a little brighter. Good job. Excellent work, Lucas. Oh man, pneumonia, huh? That is not good. Critical penalty. Well, hopefully Alexios doesn't die in the first episode. That would be pretty terrible. Real terrible, actually. My strength returning! We have lost pneumonia. The gods have willed it. I must admit, I did worry for my life at one point. But now that anguish is nothing but a pale memory. Full of thankfulness, I draw a deep breath, readying myself for the day to come. Time to conquer the world. Pneumonia cannot conquer me. Wonderful. Oh my gosh. Boom. A loud noise is heard outside, and on instinct, I rush to the window, curious. I look out and see nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe my imagination is playing tricks on me. But maybe it was Poseidon himself speaking to me. Under the open sky, I have conquered pneumonia. It is now time to conquer you, Helen. Helen and I crouch side by side, the leaping roe in front of us, unaware of our presence. My own attention is unwavering, especially as Helen's blouse brushes against me. When I reach over to embrace her, I find that she also had her attention elsewhere. Oh. As the roe disappears into the mountains, our naked flesh is already cradled by the soft earth, as well as each other. Yes, for us to be together, it is only natural. Helen. There we go. Helen is our lover now. Beautiful. Perhaps soon we might offer our hand in marriage. We can make her a concubine, but I don't think Alexios wants to make her a concubine. Alexios wants to wife her, you know. Let's continue with this. We have enough advantages. I think we can do it. Oh, somebody is trying to murder Captain Alexios. I wonder who that might be. Anyway, let's go ahead and execute the scheme. Seize the moment. There we are. 3, 4, and there goes the 5th row this morning. I put the corpse down in the cart right in time for Prince Bishop Milovan to arrive with some of his servants. What a magnificent job, he applauds. No more murdered cattle, no more lost children. Here, have your payment. And if the common folk complain once again, I know who to call for. Of course. Thank you. Appreciate it. Ooh, we need to move. We need to get as far away from the Byzantine lands as possible. It seems we have discovered a scheme. Of course, Georgios is trying to murder me. Why wouldn't he? Yes, we will return to our camp here. A follower's heart. Captain Alexios, my friend. I have met the most stunning woman here in Verbosna. My friend Einar stumbles as he addresses me. Her family will not let us marry without me paying a sizable dowry, he stutters sadly. Please help me. Oh, Einar, you have a love interest as well. 42 gold, that's all my gold. Oh my lord. That is all my gold. Well, Einar, you've been a trusted companion. You deserve it. Of course I will help. Yes, there we go. Einar's a married man. Look at him go. The seasons have changed. As we prepare to set off in the morning, I see Einar stand up outside the camp all alone. As I walk over to him, I notice a change in the wind. I huddle my clothes around myself as a gust of cold wind hits my back, and I see the first signs of snow. The cold whispers that it is time for winter, yet again. Well, it's about time for winter again, huh? Einar, this is your natural environment, it seems. I would imagine it's cold in Scandinavia. Yeah. Swollen belly! Swollen belly! Oh no, she's a fornicator! Why do we care? We're Hellenists! Oh my. Helen has come to me, and I immediately knew why. She is with child, and there is as little doubt in her heart as in mine as to who the father is. A child born outside the legitimate bounds of marriage is destined to the life of a bastard. Is that the fate I want for my child? Oh. This is joyous news. We will keep it a secret, though. We must marry immediately, or the world will look down upon us. Not that we should care, but if we are going to be rulers, we need people to flock towards us. People don't like fornicators. At least, not in this world. Must be kept a secret for now. Well, I think Helen is with our baby, and obviously, we are going to offer our hand in marriage. We'll send the proposal. There we are, making it right. Yes, my child will not be a bastard. Since the day I found out that Mistress Helen was pregnant with our child, I have worried myself sick over our child's future. Now that we are lawfully wedded, my fears can finally be laid to rest. Secret will haunt us no longer, my love. There we go. Alexios now has a wife, Helen. Mistress Helen. Beautiful. The love interest worked out. Let's return to our camp and leave as soon as possible. Oh, why is she no longer my... Hi. Helen. Come on. I know you're pregnant, but you still... Oh, maybe because she's my wife, she can't be. Well, Lucas, you are my new caravan master, of course. We are. We have arrived back to our camp. We must move. There is a grand tournament. Where is the grand tournament? Up here in Hungary? Well, surely, if we need gold, the grand tournament would be a place to go, obviously. Perhaps we should go up there. We need to move, regardless. We will go up here. We're going to customize our route so we don't go through the Byzantine lands. Let's see here. There we go. We need to stay away from there as much as possible. Let us be off. There we go. Starving soldiers. A figure stumbles into camp, dirty and tired, clearly in need of a square meal. His name is Bojisa, he says. There are more like me. He gestures off into the distance. All of us left to rot after every petty conflict ends. Our sword arm works as well as ever, but our lot is to wander and starve. We're the only ones left who want to rob the vulnerable for food and valuables. His eyes glint with determination, despite his haggard bearing. I'd rather die. We could use another blade. You don't seem to be very skilled in anything. Not much at all, but if you're willing, of course, we will take you in. We will eventually convert you. That's the main goal there. But we gotta be at least somewhat tolerable right now. Not obviously, Alexios knows that basically nobody in the world follows Hellenism right now. So he's gonna take in as many people as he can, because he wants to convert people. So we have made it here. It seems the tournament is still going. We have -3 gold. Yeah, we gotta go to the tournament. We're gonna go ahead and just move our camp closer to there. Let us go. There we go. Yes, we are in debt, unfortunately. We are very much in debt. -7 gold. This tournament, I think, is going to be what we need to get ourselves out of this area. So obviously, Alexios will join the tournament. He is a capable fighter and he wants to prove his worth, show his followers that he's a worthy warrior, and show the locals in this area that he's a worthy warrior as well. Maybe people will flock to him if he wins the tournament. So yeah, we'll go ahead and join. Let us join. I'm Alexios of the Silver Shields. Oh gosh, we don't even have... I mean, we'll go into a little bit more debt, but it's worth it. Here we are. I've arrived at the site of the tournament here in Arad. Though not all the revelers have yet arrived, throngs of people wander through the colorful surroundings, all looking forward to the forthcoming displays of skill and prowess. There is no time to lose. I must begin preparing. I must be a victor, at absolutely any cost. Yes, I can't wait to start. I must show everybody that I am a true descendant of Alexander the Great. Hopefully people will see my skill. We have a duel, a melee, and archery. Oh, Alexios can definitely win one of those. We will go ahead and train in the tourney grounds here. Roisterous revelry. Food and drink is abundant during the tournament. To the delight of the attendees, 3 peasants in particular seem to be sharing what looks like an entire keg of wine.
Oh, we get you for that, you flapdoodle.
One stutters drunkenly, limply throwing a stick at his neighbor.
Balthazar, I'm sorry.
The victim covers his face, deflecting the attack.
Help me, Saul. You're on your own there, Mark.
The last one exclaims, downing an entire mug in one big gulp. Well, they are blind drunk. It should be trivial to rile them up. But no, I must focus on the tournament. I must. Maybe we can join them for a cup of wine. I mean, they might be drunk, but people are, easier to talk to when they're drunk. Maybe Alexios will join, and he'll shoot a shot and tell him about his Lord and Savior Zeus. Mind if I join for a cup of wine? The duel, here we go. The contest begins. Contestants march into the field, taking their places around the sparring quad. As the herald announces the contest commencement, the squared-off ring is being looked over in the background, rattled and shaken to ensure no give should a contestant crash into it. The duel qualifiers have come to an end, and it's clear who will be put forward for the quarterfinals as it stands. The varied pitches and volumes of the crowd's cheers leave no question as to the favorites. The inclusion of Cornell of Binny, a skilled Hungarian knight of obscure origin, has caused quite a stir. For my first bout, I have been paired against my caravan master. That's not my caravan master. I've been paired against a caravan master, Roger, a Norman. 19 prowess. Oh, you're a blade master too. This guy will be formidable. Who are you? Oh my gosh, your prowess is nuts. If I could recruit you, you're a legendary blade master. Obscure origin, huh? Okay. Well, I am ready to fight you, Roger. Let us be off. Let us fight. Ooh, sabotage. I vowed to myself I would win a contest in this tournament, and I can't help but consider a less fair approach to securing the prize of the duel competition. I'm sure my opponents would do the same if they only had the idea. Who knows? Maybe they already have. No. I mean, there are some formidable opponents, but I cannot cheat to win. I'm a descendant of Alexander the Great. I want people to see my greatness by my own hand, not by some cheating ways. No, this is no way to win. Death from above. My blade clashes with that of my opponent Roger's. Sparks sent flying at the two weapons grate. As the two weapons grate, we both step back, circling to our left. Roger swings at me, the sword's point thudding into the ground after passing my body. Quick as a viper, I step in and kick it as hard as possible. Ripped from his grasp, Roger's sword cartwheels off through the air, landing, to both of our horror, amongst the crowd. A shrill cry pierces the air, and we both hurry over to see Gaspar on his knees. Oh no. The flying sword, having impacted directly into his arm. Oh, Gaspar. Let us... No time to lose. I mean, I'm ambitious and brave. No. Are you okay? I do apologize. Riposte. A screeching chorus of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths. Sparks glittering as they fall to the ground. I look for advantages, thinking back to when my opponent's sword went flying into the crowd. The duel is still so close. Its victor could still be either of us. We advance upon each other once more. We are both battered, both tired, and there can only be one winner. Yes. I must remember my training and invoke Alexander the Great. Oh, I think we won the duel. Pretty sure. Yes, Alexios the victor. Yes, I am a true warrior. Yes, indeed, a true descendant of Alexander. People shall know my name after seeing this duel. Maybe we will get more followers. A sonorous blow rings out as my weapon glances off a helmet, my opponent staggering backwards in a daze. I follow it quickly. I swiped faint left. A hammering blow right. I advance as my adversary backpedals desperately, my sword barely being deflected by the barest of margins. I sense a win, and rush to claim it before Roger recovers. He withers under my flurrying blows, barely keeping form with his guards, until, at last, he steps away, yielding. The judges call an end. I have won. Victory. Ha-ha. Nice. We won the duel. Well, we won a duel. We're in the semifinals now. The quarterfinals are over. The herald booms. Captain Alexios of the Silver Shields, Count Mavro of Sanad, Count Conrad III of Brno, and Cornell have reached the semifinals. My next bout will be against my fellow contestant, Count Conrad. Hopefully this shall be easy. I can do this. Let us go. By any means, I swing and swing again, battering away at Conrad's guard. A hefty shoulder push sends him skidding backwards, legs akimbo, and I see a golden opportunity. Acting entirely on instinct, I swing my leg through a long arc, the foot thundering into his groin with a heavy thud. Conrad lets out a cry somewhere between a gasp, a cough, and a groan. Trembling fingers barely grasp the weapon as his eyes immediately cross with pain. Within seconds, he is doubled over, barely able to stand. Ha-ha! I've got you now. A screeching chorus of metal on metal rings out as two blades scrape down each other's lengths. Oh, I've read this already. Riposte. I must remember my training. Oh, no. No. Conrad has bested us. Ah, damn. My weary thrust goes wide. My opponent, contemptuously, not even bothering to weave out of its inaccurate attempt. Instead, I find myself instantly on the defensive, parrying blow after blow without being able to answer with any of my own. I backpedal desperately, weaving and dodging, anything to stay in the fight. Conrad changes tack suddenly, and I sense the end is near. I can barely keep my defense up against his precise blows, my energy draining fast. I raise my arm to yield, rather than prolong the inevitable. The judges call an end. I have lost. Well, it was well fought, Conrad. It was just a fluke, though. Conrad and Mavro fight. Fine contest. Final. See, Conrad and Cornell have reached the final. Well, surely I must go for Conrad. He's the one that bested me. He's a great warrior, it seems. Interesting round. See who wins this. Damn, that sucks, though. I wanted to win the duel. Maybe we will win the melee. Ah, it seems Cornell has won. Conrad has been bested. The weary thrust goes wide. Yes, I've already read this. Indeed. Fine contest indeed, yes. Contest winner. Trumpets sound, the crowd clamors. Competitors begin to assemble. The contest is over, and someone's moment in the sun is being readied. A herald steps forward, voice booming out across the scene. After many trials, some tribulations, and above all else, some truly spirited competition, Cornell beat Count Conrad in the final. Cornell is our winner. I must put in more effort next time, I think to myself, watching the victor's arms be raised. There will always be next time. He gained 450 gold? Oh, that's crazy. If only I won. I wish I won now. Oh my gosh. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak to me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. There's plenty of farms here, even if they're not great ones. It cannot be that hard for us to pause briefly and stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which one of us will break first. Yes, our provisions are perhaps a bit below where I'd like them to be, but there's little cause for such alarm. Yeah, we could probably find something. We're resilient, we're capable. 75 provisions, not much, but it's something. Let's see here. Well, Alexios, being a very ambitious person, obviously needs to train more, so he's going to. Where victory is fostered, my champions stand assembled for the day's training, their attendants laden with kit. Einar and myself stand before all. Champions, what you do not know, ask humbly to be taught, urges Einar. Together we represent the captain. Let us together prepare for our glories. He turns to me, eyes gleaming. Command us. Yes. Yes. Of course. We will watch our opponents, learn their weaknesses. Once we learn them, we will take advantage of those. There we are. In prison! Whoa, what? Why? Why am I imprisoned by him? Oh, is it because of my faith? I have been captured and detained against my will by King Bela. I am no longer free to return to my camp or travel as I wish. Whoa. Is it... is it because he thinks I'm evil? I think it is. Oh my god, he's a low blower too. Oh, this guy hates me. I was in the middle of a tournament and he captured me. Oh my gosh, okay, well, let's see, we can't ransom ourselves. We have -9 gold. Oh my gosh. Well, we have to escape, right? I mean, we can't be held in prison by King Bela. The King of Hungary has captured me. He must be working with the Byzantines. He must be working with Georgios. Seems Hungary is not safe either. Must escape my bonds. Yes, these prison walls cannot hold me. We will escape. Freedom! Yes! We did it! A moment's distraction. That was all I needed to slip the keys from the guard's belt and behind my back. When darkness falls, I make my way slowly out of my cell, wincing at the screech. As I disappear into the plains surrounding King Bela's castle, I finally dare to hope. Yes, you cannot hold me down. I am Alexios of the Silver Shields, descendant of Alexander the Great, and my bloodline is greater than any prison cell. I am free. Oh, that was a little sketchy there. It seems King Bela is in cahoots with the Byzantines. Yes, King Bela. Georgia. Oh, a plague. A plague is wreaking havoc on Georgios' lands there. Yeah, it seems King Bela has been paid off or something by Georgios to capture me. He was probably going to deliver Alexios to Georgios, but Alexios had other plans. He escaped. He's not going to be held down by some king. No, he escaped imprisonment in the Byzantine Empire. He will escape imprisonment in Hungary as well. And as he returns to the tournament, finish the tournament, he's not going to waver away from this tournament. He needs the gold, and Alexios believes that even though Bela is trying to imprison him, maybe at the hand of Georgios, the Byzantines. Regardless, if he wins a contest at the tournament, he knows that people will flock to his cause. He won't bow to Bella, just like he didn't bow to Georgios. This doesn't scare him. He'll return to the tournament to finish it. Before he does, I think we're going to go ahead and end episode 1 of this series. I hope you guys did enjoy this. This is going to be a pretty interesting series. I've never used the sort of debug menu to create like a nemesis and create these little RP threads. So I think this is going to be really cool. It gives our character an obvious like goal, and obvious connections to the world. We have these followers with their own little stories. Hell and his love interest and everything. I think this is going to be an awesome series, and obviously being a descendant of Alexander the Great is just freaking cool, man. That's just really dope, all right? I even used Alexander the Great's dynasty name, so like we're true, all right? Come on now, we're the true descendants. Yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. I'll be posting this regularly along with the Lord of the Steppe. Like I said in my announcement, I think I'm going to take a small hiatus on the Legend of Asbjorn Bloodbeard. I will continue that series eventually as season 2 to follow what happens to his children. But obviously, I'll be making one more video as an epilogue because Asbjorn's still alive. But yeah, please subscribe. Your support means the world to me. It's really cool seeing this channel grow, and I love seeing the comments and everything. You guys mean the world to me. Thank you very much. And comment letting me know what you think of Alexios, what you think of the descendant of Alexander the Great. Also, feel free to comment any sort of suggestions or character ideas or anything. I want to make this series with you guys and not just my own series. I want this to be our series. So if you have any ideas for characters or followers, throw it in the comments, man, and I'll try to add them in here and create a little RP story about why they joined the Silver Shields. But yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll see you in the next one. Once again, I'm the Wandering Skald, and yeah, hope you enjoyed. Peace.